has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
To be fair, when one is sending out a request for aid, best not to start the story by explaining how horrific and gruesome the situation is. Get them to agree first, then tell them. Okay, if you couldn't pick that up from the cinematic, this is Darkest Dungeon, and it is in fact going to be a new series on my channel. Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of a bad situation. Quests will fall something or other. Damn it, really? Maybe I shouldn't have been talking, maybe I should have been reading. Well, I'm sure I'll get a chance to check that out later. But what I'll do is I'll read off the description that the developers themselves have given for the game. Darkest Dungeon is a challenging gothic roguelike RPG about the psychological stresses of adventuring. Now that has my interest piqued. You will lead a band of heroes on a perilous side-scrolling descent dealing with a prodigious number of threats to their bodily health and worse, a relentless assault on their mental fortitude. 500 feet below the earth, you will not only fight unimaginable foes, but famine, disease, and the stress of the ever-encroaching dark. Darkest Dungeon focuses on the humanity and psychological vulnerability of the heroes and asks, what emotional toll does a life adventuring take? Now, those are all very good questions, in my opinion. Very important questions that we are going to do our very best to answer. Now, as is scrolling across the bottom there, welcome to Early Access. Darkest Dungeon is available on Steam at the moment in Early Access. There isn't a date announced yet for the release, so understand that everything is subject to change. Nothing specifically is nailed down other than, I suppose, the main premise of the game. You know, you don't spend money on a cinematic like that if you think it's going to change. But that said, the mechanics and the balance of the game are, you know, possibly up for change. So do have eyes wide open when stepping into this. Now, other than the opening cinematic and the tutorial area, I know nothing of this game. Now, I haven't played the tutorial area myself. I saw this on Quill18's channel, and it got all of my attention. Especially considering Isdar has been whispering dark things in my ear about this game for like days and days and days. So finally, here we are, and it is thanks to Funny Man that we are here at all, for he gifted me the game, for which I'm incredibly grateful. We are going to click on campaign and begin our blind adventures into the Darkest Dungeon, which, you know, isn't actually that bad, being blind in a place where it's dark, because, you know, it doesn't really change anything. Click the letter to begin. Very well. What's this? Is this just the name of the save file? Well, I don't know. back. I have no idea. Let's go with that. Let's begin. And see where this dungeon takes us. Oh dear. It takes us to some sort of centrifuge? No! In fact, it is a wagon wheel. Very well.
You will arrive along the old road.
Okay.
It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside.
Really? Why?
Leading only, I fear,
you know,
to ever more tenebrous places.
Watching these sort of fancy things with their winding serpent-like roads really gives me an appreciation for the Romans who built ours.
You will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors.
That's not good. Or is it pointing at?
So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery.
Okay.
Without madness. The old road will take you to hell.
Okay.
But in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
You're the one who did all this, not me. You're the only one who needs to be redeemed. I was happy miles away, probably on some sort of, I don't know, studying abroad or something similar, or maybe just enjoying the wealth. I don't know. You did say you spent the family fortunes, but nevertheless, I had no part to play in this terribleness. Press space or click to continue. We'll click. Now, this is the tutorial. Okay, map navigation. You are currently in a room. To move forth, click to another room on the map display. This will take you to the connecting hallway. Very well. So it may eventually look like this, but right now we've just got a path forward. Okay. We've got two characters. Reynold and Dismas. Very much.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep
Okay.
to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Very well. While in the hallway, press D to move forward and A to move back. If you prefer the mouse, you can click ahead or behind the party to move them. Very well. I will use the keyboard. Oh, nice little bit of... I like the fact that they don't just flip around. They actually start walking backwards. But a nice little bit of animation there.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Okay. I see. We're going to make an example of him. I approve. Kill the enemy. Combat is turn-based. On your hero's turn, click a skill icon and then click on the highlighted target. If you can select a particular skill, it's because... if you can't, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot or there are no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see the requirements. Very well. Now, as you can already see, it's a very cartoonish, maybe more comic bookish aesthetic to this game, and I really like this. Now... is there anything that's telling me who's going to go next, perhaps? Hard, noggin, quick reflexes, and known cheat. Is not allowed to gamble while in town. These are traits. I'll get to those in a little while. But basically, these characters, as you've probably already gotten from the description and beginning of this game, is all about the sort of psychological and the personality of your heroes and how well they're going to be able to hold up against the trials and tribulations of adventuring. Now, we've got a couple of things. We can open a vein. Wow, that sounds a bit nasty. Accuracy base, 85, and grape shot blast, ranged, accuracy base, 75. Take aim, melee, self, +4 accuracy, +5% critical chance. So I guess that's steadying my aim, and then I can take a shot. Ranged, why can I not... Oh, I see. I think those dots, the solid dots, there are up to 4 people in the party, I believe. And the solid dots show me where I can stand and where I can attack. So the solid yellow dots are saying that I can stand in the first, second, or third position, towards the middle, that is, and use this ability on the first or second position in the enemy ranks, but I cannot use this ability from the rear 4th position on our side. Pistol shot, well, oh right, I see. Pistol shot cannot be used from the first position or against someone in the first position. So since he's in the first position of the enemy's ranks, I can't use it. Grape shot blast can be used, but it will hit... I'm assuming those line connections there mean it will hit all 3 people. So the first, second, and third position, and I can only use it from the second or third position myself, and take aim can be used from anywhere. Move. I can move back 2 or forward 2, so I guess I can change my position in the rankings. I've got a flintlock, a rusty blade, and a worn overcoat. Okay, well, we're going to go with open veins after all of that explaining. And then Brigand, Cutthroat, HP of 15. How much does this do? It doesn't actually tell me how much it does. Target will bleed 2 points for 3 rounds. I like that. HP of 15. How much have I got? 22. I'm not sure how much he has, but yeah, sure. Let's go for that. So 4. And he's got a bleed marker. Now, from what I understand, these can actually stack. If I hit him with bleed again, he'll bleed twice for 2 rounds, and then the first bleed will run out, and then he'll bleed once again for the 3rd round, and so on and so forth. Now, let's have a look. We've got a Crusader here. What kind of things? Warrior of Light, Kleptomaniac, prone to stealing items. Wow, okay, that's kind of awesome. Zealous Accusation, range, accuracy base is 80, but damage modification is minus 40%. My damage is 7. Ah, right, down here actually it shows. Damage is 7 to 13. I guess it's all based off your regular weapon. Stunning Blow. Not great accuracy, really. Massive damage modifier, but it's stun-based chance of 100%. This has a stun resist chance of 25, so I'll only have a 75% chance of stunning him. Now, the torch there, torch plus 5. This is something up here. Now, this comes into play. Effectively, the more turns we take, the darker our torchlight becomes. And as it gets darker, it gets harder for us to see what's happening. And also, monsters start getting an advantage, or rather enemies. But when the light is very bright, we'll have a bonus to scouting. Currently, we've got +2 on scouting, or I assume it's +2. And +2 whatever's to monsters being surprised when we attack them. But, you know what? How much health do you got? You're 11. Have I got anything that can do... Well, I guess my basic attack can almost do that. Yeah, go for it. Let's see if we're lucky. Ah, he dodged. Drat. Now, he's going to... Okay, hit both of us. That's not good. Very well. Well, I don't need to wait a second time. Let's just go straight for the attack. He will die now on his next turn, regardless what happens. Because he's going to bleed. There we go. And he's gone.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Indeed. Gold greases palms, builds empires, and instigates murder. Fantastic, I approve. Take all. I don't approve of instigating murder, by the way. You shouldn't do it. Food. Eat to restore health and stave off hunger. Each party member generally consumes 1 unit per meal. Very well. Now, we're going to move on to... What just happened there? This down here, stress levels. Now, stress mounts up. Very Call of Cthulhu-esque, you know, in a way. It has sort of stress and sanity. Well, it's just stress in this, but it would be sanity in the Call of Cthulhu game. And as your stress increases, you have to find ways to manage your stress, basically. It's much like your HP. It's a resource that you need to manage. If it gets too high, unlike your HP, whereas as HP drops, that's when you start to worry. As stress increases, you need to start worrying, because bad things can start happening as stress gets higher. What bad things? I have no idea. Only the bad things. So we'll go with that. Interactive objects. While exploring, you will often find interactive objects. Click or press W to investigate them. Take a look at this tent. Very well. I will press W. Click where the ambushes... clear where the ambushes camp. Click inside. Who should I have do this, actually? Does it matter which one I pick? Yes, it does, by the looks of it.
Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
Fantastic. Gold greases barns, builds empires, and instigates murder. Now we've got a lot more to instigate that murder. I mean, build the empire with. Fantastic. I approve. Ooh. Okay, you've just lost a little bit of your stress. Oh, no, you've gained stress. Sorry. Stress is going up. Ah, the light level has dropped below low enough that people are naturally gaining stress at the moment. That's not good. Well, what do I do here? Do I click in there? Center map on party? Do I use... Ah, right, okay. Some sort of sewer entrance there. Oh,
an ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful
I don't
owner
know.
has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
He looks pretty beefy. If he really wants to be the owner, I'm not sure we should argue. Are those skulls he's got on the end of his Count of Nine Tails? That's just terrible. He's a Bloodletter. He has pretty beefy resistances. Hero to hit, 85% chance, blah, blah, blah. Brigand Fusilier, 12 HP. Let's think. I could go for Open Veins. I could go for... this is the other thing. Is this Brigand is actually taking up 2 slots. He's a large monster. So as you can see there, the larger dividing line there is letting me know that he's actually in 2 of these slots. So this guy's actually on the 3rd point. Now, I'm not sure if using this, because he takes up 2 spots, will hit him twice or once, but I'm willing to find out. Go for it. Oh, only hits him once. Okay. Blanket fire. Ha! Mine was better. Oh dear. Rain of whips. Ha! You fool! We managed to dodge. Should we increase this? No. I could use Zealous Accusation. Well, there's no point in Zealous Accusation, actually, because it would still only hit him. Stunning Blow. No, he's got a really high stun defense, so I'd rather not. Just go for a regular attack. That's a good shot. 7 damage, nothing to sniff at. And... critical damage plus 10% damage mod. Everything seems to be an issue with everything at the moment. Everything has a negative damage rather than an increase. Not good. What are you shooting at us? Pebbles? Mind you, to be perfectly honest, if you were shot with a blunderbuss full of pebbles, it would still do a lot of damage. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's more that you're firing packing foam or something. Would have been a better insult. Right. Okay. Well, go for this attack. You're doing a good chunk of damage against him. He's not going to die from his own wounds, but I may be able to finish him off with this. No, he will die from his bleeding now, though. Okay, you're starting to do a little bit more damage this time. How about Bulwark of Faith? Because I can't get to this guy, and he's going to die soon anyway, so I'll just increase our torch a little bit.
The bigger the beast,
There we go.
the greater the glory.
Indeed. Haha! You fool! And now you're in the front. I am just going to bleed you to death.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Oh, wow. Rifling through the corpses reveals 2 busts. A sculpted bust from a once prominent local figure. Deed. Scriven records of land grants in generations past. Jade. Dull green like rotting flesh. Really? Jade is beautiful. Dull green like rotting flesh. Value 250 gold. Yay, maybe estimated. Food. Eat to restore health and stave off hunger. Also, more gold. Take all. Can we use this? Something doesn't look quite right with this one. Oh dear. Go for it. Oh no, it's trapped. Should have known better. Drat. So now you're poisoned. Well, that's not so great. Is that it? Can we exit now? Okay, not too bad. We have completed the tutorial, it seems. We got a bunch of things. 2 deeds, 2 busts, jade, some gold, and quest rewards 5,000 gold. I approve. The old road. Onwards. 2 resolve EXP for both of us. Okay, what's this mean? Is this going to give us something? Hard noggin. Plus 15% stun resistance and hard skinned. Plus 5% protection. Oh, I approve. Now these will, each character, you know, it's nice in this way, much like XCOM, where you actually care about your combatants because they're learning things. Though, from what I understand, this game, they're less, at least in terms of the latest XCOM, where it's very much...
Welcome home.
Oh.
Such as it is.
You sound ghostly.
This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands.
Okay.
They are yours now.
Joy?
You are bound to them.
Oh. Well, kind of like contract sealed in blood bound, or just my duty is I need to be here. But as I was saying, in XCOM, or at least in the old one, you really did care as your crew started gaining very high stats. In the latest ones, they were a little bit more cookie cutter because of the classes, but certainly in my Enemy Within Let's Play, where it was just completely random what skills they would get at each point, you really cared when you got a specific character who had a very good synergy of skills. And it seems that this will be much alike to that, in that you could have two, I forget, highwaymen are they? Apprentice highwaymen. And they would have different personality traits, different pros and cons, and you might get one that you really, really want to keep, and some where you're like, oh, well, I don't really mind too much if you wander off in the dark dungeon and we don't see you ever again. But it's going to be nice to have that kind of going through the game. Now, a couple of the things with this game, it is horrifically hard from what I've been told. So I'm going to say this now, I'm going to get this out of the way. Expect my defeat. Expect my defeat a couple of times before I've really gotten to grips with everything, and I can actually get through the game. Let's actually see this. Quest goals. Defeat the Apprentice Necromancer. Is this all of the goals that we've got? Roster goals. Raise a leper to resolve of level 6. A leper? Crusader, Bounty Hunter, Highwayman, Jester, Vestal, Hellion, Occultist, Plague Doctor, and Grave Robber. That looks like all the classes that you can get in the game. And maybe Resolve level 6 is the highest Resolve level you can get to. Defeat all of these people. Okay. The ruins have been unlocked. Very well. Okay, we'll close this now. I'm in no shape to go back out there. Oh dear. Get help where you may. On any screen in the game, press and hold H to see contextual help for the controls in that mode. Try it while in town. Exploring, fighting, camping, and more. Oh, okay. Now, there's a couple of places we can look. Graveyard, view fallen heroes, and Stagecoach, recruit new heroes. Let's have a look at Reynold first. Can I get some better information about you? No? Maybe I cannot. No, there we are. Right click. Ah! Right, now we're going to have a look at the quirks. That's the word I was looking for. Not talents, not traits, not personality. Quirks. He's a kleptomaniac. He will occasionally steal items, okay? God-fearing. In town, will only pray for stress relief. When you come back to town, part of what you're going to be doing is juggling and managing your heroes so that some of them can have respite in town while the others go off to do adventuring. And there are certain places that they can go in order to regather their composure and get rid of stress. Now, apparently, Reynold here will only pray. That is the only activity that he will do for stress relief. So that does limit our options, because you've only got a certain amount of slots in each place. I'm sure I'll get to show you that in action shortly. Warrior of Light. Light above 75 plus 10% damage. Ah, that's why my damage dropped down. Now, Reynold is basically whinging because of his stress. He's like, I don't want to go back out there again. Leave me alone. And he's got extra resistance. Now, I can dismiss him or I can rename. I can rename. Oh, that's fantastic. Alright, preferred positions, preferred target. This is where he tends to want to be. Encourage camping skills. This is interesting. Stand tall. Time cost 2. Self only. 35% stress resist. Zealous speech. All companions heal 10%. Reduces stress by 10%. Encourage. 1 companion. Reduce stress by 10. That's actually not bad at all. Class bonuses. I'm not sure how all of these get used, but it'll be interesting to find out. And Dismas, can I check you out? Now, these are the preferred. Oh, well, actually, he doesn't mind going in these positions, but he generally prefers these ones. And I guess it's based on his skills. Oh, that could be it. Maybe this is telling me, based on the specific types of skills that he's got, where he would be best put. I'm not sure. Wound care. 1 companion. Heal 20% chance. 33% chance. Remove target bleeding. Oh, okay. Clean guns. Time cost 3. Self only. Range plus 10 accuracy. Plus 20% damage. Plus 5% critical. And bandit sense. Less likely to be surprised until next camp. More likely to surprise monsters until next camp. Very well. And he's got hard noggin. We've already seen that. Quick skinned. And quick reflexes. Plus 2 speed. Known cheat. Is not allowed to gamble while in town. So that's another stress relief requirement, or rather restriction. But, of course, we're going to rename people. I love games where I can rename people, but I haven't prepared for this. So, and don't worry, if you've put your name down for the Dwarf Fortress Let's Play, I'm going to start using like a master name list. There are no requests. You can't request what class or anything like that. But if you haven't put your name down for Dwarf Fortress, and thus I haven't put your name on the master, quote-unquote, name list, then do let me know in the comments below that you would like to have a character named after you. But again, no specifics, because it just gets hard to manage. So if there's a name, I'll just pick them randomly from the list and rename people. But since I'm not prepared, I will go with... Our Crusader will be Sleepy Joe. There we go, Sleepy Joe. And Dismas, you should be renamed to... Let's think. You're a known cheat. So there's literally no one I could think of that would fit that. Thankfully, really, when you think about it. But hard noggin, quick reflexes, hard-skinned. We will go with... Plump. Plump helmet punk. Oh, can we not have... Ah, drat. Damn it, blast. Okay, we'll get rid of the spaces. Then I can have plump helmet punk. There we go. I'm not sure if Plumpy has got a particularly hard noggin, but I imagine he's got fairly quick reflexes. And he's a YouTuber. Of course he's going to have hard, well, thick-skinned. It's just it's a trait that you have to develop after a time. Right, okay. Graveyard. View fallen heroes. What's this going to be?
Most will end up here.
You look happy.
Covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Okay. Thankfully, no one is there right now. And we've got the stagecoach. Recruit new heroes. Can we recruit anyone?
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws,
right?
Fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Why does this mayor of this town, I'm assuming, talk like he's speaking from beyond the grave? You'll need to recruit these two heroes to fill out your party of 4. Drag and drop them into your roster. While you're here, spend some of your starting resources on upgrading the Stagecoach network. This will increase the number of heroes available here in the future. To upgrade, click the plus symbol on the left and then click upgrade. Very well. Right, I absolutely need to recruit these guys, so very well. We will.
Sister of battle.
Ooh, okay, you can tell me some stuff.
And unrelenting.
Fantastic. And we've got a plague doctor. Exactly what we need.
Better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield.
I guess there is certain sense in that. XP level, resolve level is 0, I guess. And you're an apprentice, Let's see what we can upgrade here, though. Upgrading the Stagecoach increases the available heroes for hire each week or increases your roster size. We can increase the network, increase the number of available heroes to 3. That takes... Wow, really? 4 and 4? Oh, I've got loads. Oh, okay. Crests, 20. Used to upgrade new buildings. Deeds, 12. Used to upgrade town buildings. Sorry, both of them are town buildings, I mean to say. Hero barracks. Increase the roster size to 11. No, we don't need to do that. We'll increase the
Great
network.
Heroes can be found even here, in the mud and rain.
We could go for the second layer, but I imagine there's other stuff that I could be spending on, and I don't want to spend too much before we move forward. The Avak Estate. Ah, I didn't understand the name. Oh well, too late now. This is the Avak Estate. Very well. Now, I think that's going to be it for this first episode. In the next one, we are immediately going to start checking out these other buildings. We've got the tavern, we've got the sanitarium. What a fantastic name. But please, not again. We've also got the abbey, we've got the guild, we've got the blacksmith, we've got the nomad wagon. Complete more quests to unlock. Okay. And I'm not sure what this is, but we will be finding out in the very next episode. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode so far, and I hope you will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care.